How to buy lands cheap in the city of Abuja. That, ladies and gentlemen, is our conversation for today. And you know, one of the fastest ways to get your fingers burnt, 10 of them, is by you're actively looking for cheap land in Abuja.
Exactly.
Like, that is one of the fastest ways to get your fingers burnt. Now, don't get me wrong. You can buy good lands cheap, that is below market value. However, looking for cheap lands actively, when I say cheap lands, now I mean you know that the value of property in this certain area shouldn't go beyond this, but you want to bend the market hand, to get it lower than what it actually should be in the market. That is one of the fastest ways. I mean, we've seen people's fingers get burnt in the city of Abuja, where they are actively looking for, they use torch, in fact, flood lamp. They're looking for cheap lands within Abuja. And in today's conversation, we want to show you how you can get good deals. I mean, good deals. How can you get lands cheap? That is to say, below the market value, genuinely, and still invest right within the city of Abuja.
Absolutely. He said something very important. Not too below the market value of what is obtainable in that place.
Yeah.
There are a couple of ways, and one of the most popular ways, I'll not assume you now, I'll still tell you, is number one, entry price.
Yes.
Early entry, rather.
Early entry, actually.
So most of the times, most people who want to get property, land in an area lower than its market value, genuinely always coming early.
Yes.
And what does early really mean? It means that in such a place, it's still developing. It's a developing area. That place, lots of infrastructure has not come there.
Exactly.
Some people will say they want to buy bush. Exactly. Bush. Those who know, and as a man, I know he always says the money is in the bush.
Exactly.
They understand that before development comes, that is when the price is still very early. That's what really early entry is. Before development is there, most times it's still very empty. Clearing has not started. Major things have not started. You're literally just looking at bush, and then the building is in your mind. You understand? Every other thing is in your mind, but that's on site. You may not really see anything. But the beauty about such places is that in a few years' time, you begin to see houses, roads, and other infrastructure, and people who actually utilize this early entry, and people who now hear things like, they will tell you, that's too good to be true story that you're thinking. They tell you that I bought this land 250,000 10 years ago, and now it's 25 million. And looking at it like, why you lying to me now? But it actually happens. It's what happens when you actually use early entry as a strategy to get land less than its market value. The truth is, if you really want to know how early entry works, just go to places before people get there.
Exactly.
Simple. That's just the way to get early entry.
The truth is, sometimes when people hear, when they see a place and it's bushy, now there's a difference between buying a place that doesn't look like it yet and then buying a place that may never look like it.
May never look like it.
It may never look like it. And that brings us to the point number 2. Looking out for places that are next opportunity zones. Now, what if you're given a superpower to know where the next, say, Asokoro will be, or where the next, Wuye will be? What if you're just giving that insight and foresight, right? And so that is one of the ways. I mean, the second way right now to buy very good lands at a cheap price. I know that we all like a good deal, right?
Everybody
and
does.
So, yeah, exactly. But most times our eye is trained to see only what it can see. How about you can see a place, the value of a place, way before other people see it?
Yes.
And there are 3 factors that I want to mention here that will help you with that. The first is listen to the pulse of the government. I think this is one of the most obvious things, right? And so when you hear the government allocating an area, or when you hear the development is heading towards an area, maybe roads, usually roads,
Usually roads.
you know, in Nigeria, usually the government, a clear sign that the government is working is road.
That's all.
You know,
Roads.
that's the major thing. So that's like one of the clearest signs. I mean, they could be doing other things that we cannot see, like bilateral trades, like, you know, reduce sanctions, you know. But the one the masses see majorly is road. So once you perceive or you hear about a road awarded contract, there is a very high chance, especially in the city of Abuja, there's a very high chance that development is heading there. So the earlier you go there, grab your own, the better for you. That's one. Number two is government projects. So once you hear about the government project within a certain environment, you know, of course, government they are the highest drivers of development in any environment, right? So once you hear about their project heading somewhere, and then the third way is to listen to the activity of real estate developers too.
Yes.
Just listen to the activity. Many of them have insider information that you don't have.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of them literally sit with the cream de la creme,
shakers and movers.
And sometimes they get insider information that you don't have. And if you watch the trend, Roy, of Abuja, you just realize that a certain season, there's an area. Another season, there's another area. You know, like that. That is usually how it is. So listening to the pulse of the developers too can really help with that. So it's simple. Hearing about the development of a place before heading there, right? And then, of course, having checked all your boxes, which we'll share with you right now. You just go there and sit there before other people come, because most other people, I mean 95% of every other person is waiting to see clear signs of development.
Exactly.
And by then, is already at the value of the place.
Exactly. That always happens, and you shouldn't be part of such a person. But in looking out for getting land, good genuine land, cheap, there is something you must never, ever skip. Which is the documentation. In as much as you want to get a place cheap, if the document of that particular place is how do I put this now? Okay, if the documents of that place is something to question about, that land you're looking to get below the market value cheap at that time can become an expensive problem later. So no matter how lower than the market value cheap it is, as it were, for that place, always make sure you do your orientation search. As little as finding out the title document, do your basic verification, who the landowner is, the reciter, and all of that is important.
Very important.
Because in a place like Abuja, there was a trend that once happened right here, and everybody saw it online when the minister was like saying, "Where is the paper?" It's not just a minister thing; it's how it is in Abuja. Papers must be legit. It's important that no matter how sweet, how good the price of that property is, it is important that you check what the documents are like, have proper documents, and also ensure that there are no sorts of disputes going on on that land. And in a place like Abuja, if there's a dispute going on the land, it's often clear. You would see a signpost on it. It's always happened. So far, I haven't seen the land in dispute here in Abuja. It's always the land is in court. It's always there. It always has that. See it and still go ahead to buy. If you're stronger than the law, if you're stronger than the law, then. But if you see such, if you check the price is good, you can get lower than this market value, but the document is something to question, it's advised you just
stay away, stay clear,
get your hands off it, because cheap with expensive problems, I mean, that's a lose.
That's a lose, big lose. You know, one of the other things you should look out for, the fourth thing to look out for when trying to get land, very good lands in Abuja, but lower than the market value, is location. Now, like they always say in real estate, there's a cliche that says location. You know, 3 things to look out for. Location. Location is important. Now, for me, a location that is between two developing environment is a good place, even if it is not developed yet, so long as it is in the middle of or is close to two developing environments. Let's say, for instance, our property in Shireti, to the left side is the airport road, Lugbe, Piakasa, etc. To the right side is Kabusa, Lokogoma, town. Yes. So it's right in the middle of two developing locations, and there is an access road to the place. So once there's a good access road to the place, and the location, again, this is just a hack, is between two, developing place, that place will, naturally, even without forced appreciation, natural appreciation will naturally occur there. And so within a period of time, so long as the document is right, like he rightly said, just within a period of time, development will definitely reach there.
Key point. The next way you can actually get land lower than its actual value, cheap, it's this one. It's often not talked about, but it's actually very genuine. However, I'll say something regarding this. It's through distress sales.
Yes.
Okay. Distress sales. You don't always see them, but when you see them, most of them are genuine. But when people see distress sales, most times they are skeptical. They feel, okay, someone wants to make away with their money.
Exactly.
It's not always true.
Yes,
it's not always true. I mean, part of the reasons why people actually have this multiple properties, bad things like this, are for seasons and times like this, so that if something arises, they can sell one, solve a problem, do something.
Yes.
Right? So people actually have that. And in distress sales, people also understand if it's a distress sale, for instance, the value of this is 2 million naira, and every other person is selling 2 million naira. What advantage do I have over them? So because I want to sell fast, the wise thing to do is to reduce the price.
Exactly.
So it doesn't mean that it's fake
or a problem land.
Exactly. It just means that, okay, I want to get mine sold faster than my neighbors because I need the money faster than they do.
Exactly.
Right. And of course, they have plenty they are selling, but mine probably is just this one. Right. So I can't be wanting to sell this one, just this one. I has 15 more of it. That's a bad way to compete.
Exactly.
But what you should know in distress sales is if it's terribly lower than its market value, then you should look twice at it. Okay.
Yeah.
If the land per se in such an area is say 10 million naira and you see distress sale 2.5 million naira.
I'm telling you, run.
Please. Actually, you should pay good attention. Look at it. It's not a scam. Distress sales is actually a way to get land cheap, but you have to always still check for the documents.
Exactly. Absolutely. Remember in the beginning, we said it's not about looking for cheap land. It's about looking for good lands at a very affordable rate. And then to add to what he said, which brings us to the point number 6 on how to buy lands cheap in Abuja. Buy good lands cheap. How do you do that? Is, please, as much as we're looking for a good deal, this is Wuye, right? And say, oh, I have a 1,000 square meter in Wuye selling for 20 million naira.
1,000 square meters
in Wuye. You see how you laughed at me? like guy, the wine. Like, are you serious? Like, do you get, like, I'm just trying to buttress on what he rightly said, because there could be distress sales. Don't get it wrong.
Yeah.
But when it's too good to be true, I'm not saying that. Look again, sleep over it, do some investigation, understand if this person selling actually has authority to sell. Another thing we have seen, and I'll just add to this, is that in Abuja sometimes people sell lands that they don't have authority to sell. A document that looks real or genuine, you can go do all the checks, and at the end of the day, you then realize that this person did not even have the right in the first place to sell the land at all.
Happens.
And because he has nothing to lose, He simply just gives it at a price. In fact, sometimes when they even say 20 million, you say 10, they say bring. like, like again, I'm not saying that good deals cannot happen. We're just saying that please look again, right? Of course, looking for distress sales, like you pointed out, is one of the very good ways, and that particular stuff happens a lot. And this is just a hack. Now that elections are coming very soon, a lot of people need to raise money. We need to raise money to sort one or two.
Yes.
And all of that. And so you will see deals like that. Somebody will bring a document that he has kept under his box for some time, and he has checked, and like Roy Riley said, sometimes most people acquire these things for times like this. All right, they have a district, they have an urgent need for money, and then you just put it out there. However, the point we're just trying to make with this is that please, if it's too good to be, in fact, if you don't know the value of a property in a place you want to buy, just ask around, right? So he brings you for inspection, right? Roy has brought you for inspection in a place, and then he leaves. You can come back later and then look for people around there that have land in that place, and simply just ask them, please, I'm looking to buy land around here. How much do you think a 1,000 square meter is worth? Or simply go on sites like GG, Property Center, and just check 1,000 square meter in Uye. You will see the list of property, and you will see a range.
You have an idea.
You have an idea.
Yes.
So that if somebody comes to you with 20 million naira for a 1,000 square meter in Uye, for instance, Uye, Abuja, come on now. We're saying, look again. That is the huge red flag. All right, it's the huge red flag. It's a suspicious, thing. Again, you can buy good lands at a cheap rate, but not when the price is too good to be real.
Beautiful. Now you know how you can get land cheap, lower than its market value, and what to also look out for. Too good to be true, distress sales, and all of that. What then can you do with this particular information? We don't just tell you these things to let you just make your heads bigger than its normal size and go away. There's actually a deal for you. So if you're someone who wants to actually get value or get land less than its actual market value right now, we have an offer for you, which is absolutely beautiful. Two offers, actually. One starts off at 5.8 million naira, the other is at 7 million naira, and they are all good. They tick out all of this. The location is beautiful, and it's actually a place that is developing already. Infrastructure is growing towards that place, and now is the best time for you to be able to get value less than its actual worth. So if this is something which I know is something you have been looking out for, you've been watching YouTube videos since looking for something like this video is for you in particular. All you have to do is just slide into the description of this video. You see our phone number there. Dial us. If you can't do that, I can help you. The phone number to call is 0903-620-1838 right now, and we will help you get the best, guide you to getting the best of land deals right here in Abuja. All right. Any final words?
Yeah, I mean, more important than actually looking for cheap lands, like going around looking for cheap lands, is actually looking for good lands first at a good value. That is just it. So thank you again. Enjoy a great day. Remember, call the numbers and we can help you sort this out. Enjoy a great day.
Bye for now.